A very good afternoon to you. It is the 19th of July 2024. Thank you so much once again for allowing us into your lunchtime space. My name is Patricia Lokoma-Mpango, and we delve straight away into the bulletin where we start off with the Presidential Press Unit. The Presidential Press Unit is pleased to announce to the Republic of Uganda that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will address the nation tomorrow, Saturday, July 20th, 2024 at 8 p.m. During his address, the President will focus on issues of wealth creation and other crucial matters of national importance. The address will be aired live on all major radio and television stations, as well as all digital platforms. Broadcaster, we will be broadcasting live here at Nile Avenue. Now, moving ahead, President Yoweri Museveni launched Lake Victoria Logistics Company, aiming at reducing the cost of transporting fuel in Uganda. Lake Victoria Logistics was founded in May 2015 as Mahathi Infra Uganda, with a vision to change the petroleum logistics for Uganda and other landlocked countries like Rwanda, Burundi and DRC that get their oil through Uganda. In 2018, President Museveni laid a foundation stone, and today he officially launched the facility.
Huge ships. We've been talking about electric cars, and it is exciting. This is equally exciting. And I was assured by the chairman that we have staff from the Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Works and Transport, Ministry of Water and Environment being trained here. Thank you so much for that intervention. I would like to address this to the OMCs, the oil marketing companies. We are making good, conducive environment to you. Our expectations, as mentioned by General Katumba Wamala, is to see affordable or reduced pump prices. This is what everybody is expecting.
Fuel adulteration. Sometimes people wonder why the fuel they get in their vehicles.
The Lake Victoria Logistics, formerly Mahathi Infra Uganda, has built an entirely new logistics ecosystem for the region's fuel. This ecosystem, launched by President Yoweri Museveni in Bugiri, Bukasa, on the shores of Lake Victoria in Wakiso district, has immense benefits to Uganda, a land-linked country.
By having fuel getting off the roads, you are targeting that rationalization of the economy.
The president emphasized the need of having more bulk cargo on water transport and rail rather than using the roads.
Therefore, Uganda should know that cargo will shift from road to rail and pipelines, so that the roads are mainly for passengers and light cargo.
With 14 massive tanks with a capacity to store 70 million litres of fuel and 2 vessels with a cargo capacity of 4.5 million litres each, Lake Victoria Logistics has significantly enhanced the security of fuel supply.
The government will continue to invest in additional storage facilities. Jinja Storage Terminal is being rehabilitated. It's just 30 million litres. Here we have 70 million litres, and I have heard the chairman committing an expansion. That is good news for UNOC, for the ministry, because we have always been challenged in Parliament and other fora as to whether we have enough storage.
Mahathi developed, and their plan has also been endorsed, examined and endorsed by the International Marine Organization, even with the assurance that the vessels are double hull and there's very little risk, if any, that there will ever be an oil spill.
The project, funded by the shareholders Mahathi Infra Services, Signon Group and Africa Finance Corporation, has cost US dollars 100 million to date. It is the expectation of the investors that they will be given the much-needed support by the government of Uganda as well as the oil marketing companies.
We now have the capacity to transport 90 million liters every month. Our future plans include constructing 2 more of the ships that you have seen and witnessed today to bring the monthly capacity to Uganda to 180 million liters.
This investment will be a major catalyst in reducing the cost of doing business in the country, because transport is one of the major cost pushers. But Lake Victoria Logistics will tremendously reduce the cost of transport between Kisumu and Uganda.
All the international vessels are produced with double hull technology, so it cannot have any leak. We assure you, Your Excellency, that there cannot be and there will not be any leak into the lake.
The government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Energy and Minerals, issued a directive requiring 50% of Uganda's fuel arriving in Kisumu, Kenya, be exclusively transported via ships and the balance be loaded on trucks as usual. As Uganda's fuel demand surges, an initiative like this one is coming into place to ensure sustainability in supply. Dennis Igoa for UBC News in Kauku.
Well, thank you very much there, Dennis Sigo. And of course, it's against that very story that we will be engaging in our guest corner, delving a little bit more into the Kauku project. Now, as we move ahead into NEBI, Deputy Inspector General of Government Patricia Chan Okirea has challenged students to be persons with integrity, as they are the future leaders. She said integrity instills the spirit of trust and lack of selfishness, a spirit that will combat corruption in the public offices.
With alarming allegation of corruption in Uganda that has also caught attention of the Fountain of Honor, students have been challenged to inhibit spirit of integrity and patriotism in order to fight corruption among future leaders of Uganda.
A person with integrity is a trusted person because he takes you from one point to the other without strife.
You gotta never give up in everything we do in fighting this corruption.
Songs to advocate against corruption are being composed as a way to raise voices against corruption.
Oh, let's come as one and fight it out.
In a debate in front of the Deputy IGG, students discussed corruption as a cancer being exacerbated by elites that has resulted into adverse impact on the ordinary citizens.
Corruption is a dishonest behavior, especially of people in authority. The main causes of increase in corruption in Uganda is elite.
Corruption is the major obstacle to socio-economic development.
And according to World Economics, Uganda's 2024 level of corruption perception stands at 13.5 compared to the global average of 48.4. This indicates that the fight against corruption has not yielded the much desired results.
Personally, I got inspired because the debate was whether to increase the efforts or government efforts are sufficient. And I like the argument which said we need to increase. We are coming up with new innovative ways to deal with the problem of corruption, and one of those is by encouraging the citizen, because it's a citizen's war.
Based on her experience of investigating and prosecuting corruption cases in the country, the Deputy IGG confirms the high level of corruption in Uganda.
And today in our country, it's difficult to find people of integrity. And that is why you hear these stories, like the examples you are giving in the hall there about the Mabati, where big responsible people are entrusted with some resources for the government of Uganda and they are stealing from what they have been entrusted with. What is your role as a student in promoting integrity. Because tomorrow when you finish and leave this school and go to the university and begin working, what values you have grown up with will not depart from you.
However, management of Erusi Secondary School has pledged to support government efforts in promotion of integrity and patriotism among students. Joseph Fodama, UBC News, in Nebi.
Now let's look a little bit into fraudulation in PDM. 8 parish chiefs and a cooperative leader in Kabale district were arrested on suspicion of extorting money from beneficiaries of the parish development model program. Deputy RDC Andrew Ronald Bakaki led these arrests, targeting individuals from Kibuga and Butanda sub-counties, along with the chairperson of Karubanda PDM Sako in Kibale Municipality's Southern Division. The allegations center on the misuse of funds allocated to the PDM program, a government initiative aimed at poverty reduction.
We have discovered that in some sub-counties, people are on the system confirming that they received the money. They are even in the reports submitted to the district commercial officer that these people received the money. But in actual sense, when we tried to approach these people, never received even a single coin. So now we are wondering, where did the money go? What was the intention? So today, Office of the RDs, we have started a serious operation across the whole district to see that we curb the vice. PDM money is not for sharing. PDM money must reach the intended beneficiaries. So today we have handed over about 8 people to police so that police can help us to investigate.
What is Parish Chief?
Daniel, this is the Parish Chief.
What is he?
I'm here, sir.
Where is the SIM cards?
This is for Chisibu. This one in
where are the SIM cards?
SIM cards are still there.
Why did you get them from people?
We are entering them in the system.
Who told you to get SIM cards from people?
We are good with them to enter them.
Who instructed you to get SIM cards from people?
Amanya gange nze Namutebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde, nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere, weewaawo abafere gye bali, naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanya eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo, mwebale nnyo, mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable.
Predict the outcome of 10 football games and win big with tickets at only 500 shillings. Play for this Monday's draw to stand a chance to win big with Sports Take 10.
Buy your tickets at authorized shops on nationallottery.go.ug to download the app or simply dial *278#. Ugandan National Lottery. Dream, play, win. Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Coming soon on UBC.
Welcome to Inside Broadcasting,
sharing with you the process behind what you see on the screens.
My name is Lorraine Masika Kazimoto.
Step behind the scenes and witness the magic that brings your daily broadcasts to life.
That's why I come out openly to actually tell you that I'm an investigative journalist. That even when you see me here, I'm actually investigating you guys. So you should be aware about that.
Experience the hustle, the heart, and the human stories of our on and off-air staff.
I see my phone ringing and I'm like, ooh, which number is this? I hear the president on the other line.
The president of the Republic of Uganda.
Of Uganda, yes.
Be inspired, amazed, and part of the journey that powers Uganda's most captivating TV and radio moments.
Because good broadcast comes down to an individual. They should be artistic.
This is Inside Broadcasting.
Inside Broadcasting.
Inside Broadcasting with Mark Wadula.
Coming soon on UBC.
Welcome back from that short break, and of course it's 20 minutes past 1 o'clock and we're still with you here. Interestingly, this is our guest corner, and we want to discuss Lake Victoria logistics, and we have in studios none other than our very own senior reporter, business reporter, Dennis Sigoa. He's here to give us an in-depth of the story about the Lake Victoria logistics, in particular water transportation. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you for having me on the show.
Interesting.
Yeah,
so yesterday, President Yoweri Museveni launched the Lake Victoria logistics in Kawuku. Can you give us a little bit of insight on that?
Yeah, Lake Victoria Logistics, it's formerly called Mahathi. I think it was first of all incorporated a few years back. That was in 2015 as Mahathi Infra Uganda.
Okay.
And it's somewhere in, on the shores of Lake Victoria. And there's shores of Lake Victoria. I got to know the place is called Bujiri, something like that, but I also I used to know that place as Kawuku.
Okay.
It's just a few kilometers off the Kampala-Entebbe road. And it's a very huge investment. And according to the investors, is that they have already put in about $100 million to date. That's a lot of money. But you just need to go there and see it yourself, because you can see the huge tanks. Currently, the reservoirs or the tanks they have means they have the biggest reservoirs in the country, besides the one that are owned by UNOC, that is in Jinja, with a capacity of about 70 million liters. That is about 10 to 14 days of Uganda's petrol and diesel consumption. We consume close to about 10 days. I think we consume about 1 million liters of petrol and diesel a day in this country, meaning that reservoir there can accommodate or can store fuel that can be utilized for only 10 days, and that is 70 million liters. Yeah.
So right now we're talking about water transportation.
Yes,
and what I realize in Uganda, this is an area where people don't usually utilize the water transportation. So what's the insight on that?
So for a long time, not the Ugandan government, of course, and of course the regional government that we have a resource here. Lake Victoria is a resource. It's a huge resource, but it's underutilized. And of course, besides the LVL that was unveiled yesterday, we do have also the MV Mpungu that should be coming on. That is also launched, I think, sometime next month. I'm sure they're also expecting the president to attend. But then getting back to this is like there's this difficulty of introducing people to new things. You know, like that. But
you see, even if we left a little bit the water transportation.
Yes.
Tourism itself.
Exactly.
We have people travel from all the way abroad and they come in here, they enjoy the tourism sites. But we, the very Ugandans, we do not embrace what is our own. But I think also capacity on water transportation. There are not much resources on water transportation, and people are afraid because there has been a lot of accidents.
Yes, you know, if you go back, there have been accidents before, but I think in the last decade or so we've not had any. So the biggest issue here is that how do we collaborate as a region? You know, you cannot do these things in silos. You can't do it alone. If just one ship to build those ships, if you have seen, I think you saw it on the site, those huge ships that are that serve the facility, they should be costing some millions of dollars as well. So without liquid, without you having enough capital or funders, and then also proving to the funders that you will break even within a certain time, it becomes very difficult to have such a facility. But then right now in the region, there's a lot of talk and also investment. As you know, besides the Lake Victoria logistics, we do have also I think there's a new ship actually that is undergoing testing in Mwanza, and that is unique in such a way that one will have this one is just a tanker. This is a fuel reservoir served by barges, or we call them ships, but that one will be also transporting cargo and people. So you can imagine the opportunities and the benefits that come with this. But getting back to this one thing that always, I remember one time someone asked me a question as we were driving. We were coming all the way from Jinja to Kampala. When you reach near Mukono, I asked Dennis, there's something I want to ask you. As we are driving here, what have you experienced? Like on the tarmac. He told me, I can see when you approach like Nambole, the road was a bit rough. It was like pressed inside. You have to find a way of balancing the vehicle. Then I told him, I see the other side, it is all the way on one side of the road looks to be rough, and the other side looks to be fine.
Smooth,
then they asked me, what do you think is the reason?
The problem.
I could not, it was very basic, but I could not think big. I think sometimes you just have to think out of the box, and it was a very simple answer. He said, this is the state of our African economy. And then I asked him, what is the state of economy? This side of the road from Malaba to Kampala is spoiled because we have a lot of trailers and tankers coming into Kampala, into the city. But this other side of the road is clear and fine. Do you know why? Because we take nothing out of the country. And probably even if we are taking cargo out of the country, it's not heavy enough to what?
To damage the road.
And now, of course, that is the part of the road. But now, if you come to the part of water transport, is that globally, water transport is the cheapest mode of transport.
It is the cheapest, but how swift, how fast, how quick compared to road and probably air transport?
Good question. So the fact is this, it depends with the cargo that you're transporting anyway. If you have perishables, you cannot use if you have perishable products which need to be in the market within 10 days, you cannot, those, and you're importing probably from Hong Kong, you have to use a cargo plane. But then because
so whatever you're transporting, longevity should be in your mind.
That is the first thing.
Okay.
But that is the first thing, because why are you in this anyway? Why are you importing? Because it's used by the business people, and the business people want to make profit.
True.
So definitely you have to look at water transport. It's for bulk cargo, like those ships you've seen there on the screen. That is MT Mutebi 2, as well as MT Elgon. They have a capacity of transporting 4.5 million liters per trip.
Wow.
Meaning, if you look at the statistics, those are like in only one trip, you're getting almost how many? You're having almost 100,000 trucks off the road. You know, and besides that, for the business community, when these ships dock at this new LVL logistics facility, they offload onto the reservoirs. That means, and they are actually, I was having a conversation, you can see multiple benefits you can't even imagine, because if they offload on these tanks, in these tanks, it means that if the all marketing companies around, you know, all these, the Rubies of this world, the Starbucks,
all
the Total,
traders, if they utilize the water transport.
Yeah, they will just go there. It's just it's less than 20 kilometers from here to Kawaku. You know, you just go, park the truck, within about a few minutes, the truck is offloaded and you're already in the market. And besides that, of course, you know, the road carnage of the Ginger, whatever, Malaba or Busia, Kampala, it has been a lot. So, yeah.
Okay, so one thing I realized is the bulkiness, the huge ship like this will have challenges like fueling the tanks, and making sure that there's enough fuel in the tanks, but also that which you have discussed, the fact that we can reduce traffic on the roads. But now the question comes to who is going to embrace this and who is going to go for this as we wind up just in a minute.
Thank you. So it is about now sensitization, because bulk, the guys, the business community who use these facilities are people who have money, and definitely they want to make more money. But have they got the information? So besides this launch, of course, UBC has done its part. The rest of the media houses have done their part. But now it needs sometimes is to go, do we call it go door to door, go and sell the project, go and, because if you come in and tell this is what we're going, this is what we are offering,
and these are the benefits,
and these are the benefits, it's only
a matter of time. People will be flooding.
I don't call it a stupid person, because it's only someone who doesn't want to think big, who does not want to make big profits, will be against the project. So I think it's just about rolling out, getting out there, and getting to people to understand how it works.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dennis. So we will have more time to understand this area of water transport, especially for the business community. They would need to understand better the logistics in order to invest in this area, and of course, again, in that industry. Thank you so much for allowing us into your space. It has been a pleasure. I'll meet you again at 8 and 10. Good afternoon.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Welcome to the behind the scenes.